It's the NFL on EA Sports, where we'll see which conference reigns supreme today. It's the Carolina Panthers and the Miami Dolphins. All that and more coming up next.
The address is 347 Don Shula Drive in honor of the legendary coach. The stadium is Hard Rock Stadium in Miami Gardens, Florida. Good to be in the booth with my partner Greg Olson. I'm Mike Tirico. Welcome. And Greg, this is one of those that's worthy of prime time because wide receivers love the spotlight as much as any position group in the league. And we got two guys who shine under the lights here tonight.
And I think where it's going to be really fun and get interesting to watch, Mike, is in those critical situations. The game's on the line, third down, red zone, gotta have it moments. There is no mystery. Both these sidelines, they know exactly where the ball's going, and they're just going to say, I dare you to stop them. These are two prime, elite wide receivers in the National Football League. Night game, prime time, they're looking to put on a show.
And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. The Panthers now ready to get to work on offense for the first time.
Hello, and welcome to another Madden late night game. Today we are here in the beautiful Hard Rock Stadium. Today's game temperature is a cooling crisp 83 degrees. Clear sunny skies.
But there's also some struggles you have to work through. In year two, a full off season, really understanding the playbook. Things have kind of slowed down for you. I feel like year two is a really good indicator of what long-term success looks like for any young quarterback.
And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
Now the first carry for Chuba Hubbard. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. Second and short, play action pass. You can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the first down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for first and 10. They'll motion over Thielen. On first down is Young. On the sideline. Thielen there to pull it in.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
That one into the hands of Thielen. He's got it. And the defense can't come up with a stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down. From the gun, it's Young. Quickly to the outside and complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. Young hands it to Hubbard. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard. Ninth play of this opening drive, trying to keep it going here on third down. Out of the shotgun, Young. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively, and now decision time. What are you going to do on fourth down?
Why? Just why?
They'll go. Young.
Bro.
And he's going to have a Panthers first down. Quite a call there. They go for it on 4th and inches, and it's a gain of 5.
Fucker. Just why?
They'll run it. It's out of the gun, and it's Hubbard. Able to tiptoe around one tackler, but not a second. He'll be taken down for no gain right at the line of scrimmage. Another run here with Hubbard. Only a couple on that one. It'll set up third down. Receiver in motion, headed left. From the gun here on third down, it's Young. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one. Like, he really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
The Miami offense will make their way onto the field, led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Tua Tagovailoa.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
Second down at 8. They'll stay on the ground with Achane, and he'll get them 5 yards closer, but now third down coming up. A shotgun snap for Tua. He gets that complete to Berrios. A gain of 11 on that one. Good for a Dolphins first down.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Wait, what? Hold up. What the? What the hell was that? Oh my days.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. On the ground, this is Hubbard. And a short gain there, down only to the 48. Here's a second and 9. Now Young. That's complete. To
What the hell?
Right side. And they'll take this down inside the 35. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A give up the middle, it's Hubbard. Not much. Second and long coming up. The motion man is Sanders. They'll go again with Hubbard. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers
Well,
play
shit.
downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side
Alright,
pursuit.
time
They're
for
attacking
Nicky
the line of scrimmage,
Robinson.
attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage, keep it to no gain.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Over the middle, he's got to get. And he's going to be taken down short of
What
the
the
marker.
hell? What is this?
Interesting fourth down decision.
Yo.
They'll go for it with Hubbard.
Oh my
And he's
God.
going to have a Panthers first down.
What is this,
They
bro?
take a chance there on 4th and 1, but it's a gain of 3 and a new set of downs. Back to throw. Young. Quick hitting slant there. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. Here's Hubbard. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard. Here's a 3rd down and 4. The motion man is Sanders. To throw is Young. And that is incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average. And frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. The deficit, 6 points. So a touchdown here would be mighty nice for the offense. See what they can do on this drive. 1st and 10. And he's fighting to get free. A lot of work.
Get up.
For a gain.
Get up.
They face 2nd down and 7. Hill brought in motion. It's a first carry for the veteran Raheem Mostert. And he will not be able to get free, picking up only a yard. And now it's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's taken in left side by Smith. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker.
No.
It sets up 4th down.
That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And he's going to have a Dolphins first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving. And then some. Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's a 2nd and 6. Throwing again, it's Tua. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it. Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Here's Achane. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal. Now Now here's 2nd and goal. They'll run with Mostert. Powering forward. He's in. Raheem Mostert. Touchdown, Dolphins. A lot of big bodies down there, but at the end of the day, the one that mattered, the one with the ball, finds the end zone for the touchdown.
Yeah, once that back gets the ball, Mike, he's just looking for a little crack of daylight, and he's thinking, I'm going to run into it and just hope I come out the other side. And in this case, the other side's the end zone, and they get 6.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins move out in front by a point. It's 7-6. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Velus Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Panthers offense ready to get back at it. The deficit is 1, as they'll search now for that go-ahead score. Young to throw on 1st down. That into the hands of Hubbard. And this one's going to be a loss of yardage. He's marked out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Young. A throw, left side, caught by Sanders. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down. Man in motion, heading left. Here's Young. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
And he looks up and he's taken down right away. Maybe fortunate just to hold on to the ball as he was tackled immediately after hauling that one in. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. This throw right side is caught by Hill. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Tua, give it to Achane, and he'll get the 1st down there, a pickup of about 5 yards.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up the 1st down.
Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. That's his 3rd catch of this 1st half, and good enough for a 1st down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. A run up the middle with Achane, and he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, and it sets up 3rd down. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane, and he'll have the 1st down at the 26. So good job on the ground to keep this drive rolling. From the gun, here's Tua. Catch made there by Waddle. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
I got high standards for offensive players, but in this case, Mike, I think I'm giving all the credit to the defender. He timed that one up perfectly, and what could have been an easy play.
That's
what the hell?
And intercepted. Picked off by Xavier Woods. And he'll be taken down. That is about the craziest situation you'll ever see. Huge gain on the play, but still not enough for the first down. Here's the pistol snap to Young. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Here comes Hubbard on a toss to the right. Yeah! Third down and 9. They'll motion over Thielen. Now Young. Open man, right side. He's got it. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line. First and 10. A run with Hubbard. And a determined run there. He gets about 7 yards inside the 10-yard line. Here's second and 3 to go. From the gun, it's Young. That's over the middle and intercepted.
Thank you.
Picked off by Kendall Fuller.
I'm not going to sit here, Mike, and say there's ever a good time to throw a red zone interception. But in this case, it's the first half. You have the rest of the game to get yourself back down here in the red zone and make up for that miscue. Because next time they get down here, they got to be a lot more careful when they decide to air down.
And he's brought down after a gain of a couple. Once again, it's Achane. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to third down. Tua. That one caught by Smith. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That's caught on the right side by Waddle. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
This defense just gets punched in the mouth on that one, Mike, and it just seemed from up here that not everyone on defense was on the same page, and the offense was able to take advantage of it. The defense has to clean things up here in a hurry, because if they don't, they could be in for a long day.
Play action. Tagovailoa. Working across the field. There goes Hill. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
You can see this connection is just starting really to pick up. They're seeing the game through the same set of eyes, and that is the job of the receiver. What is my quarterback expecting from me? Where does he want me? Be there on time, and it leads to big gains like this.
Able to make one man miss, but that's all. They get him. Take him down behind the line. Lost one on the last play, so now it's second and 11. A pistol set with Tagovailoa. And he finds Tyreek. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation. Man, even the big guy couldn't barrel ahead for just a couple yards and pick up that first. That's really impressive by that defensive front to not only hold up, but to force fourth down.
And he will have a Dolphins first down by a good couple of yards as they get 3 on 4th and inches. On the handoff, this is Achane. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that first down. They'll run with Achane. And that big offensive line. Clearing space. He's in. Come on, Achane. Touchdown, Miami. Taking care of business on the ground to get the score. And, Greg, the big guys up front, they deserve some praise on that one.
Absolutely, Mike. And it really only takes one guy to distort the defense and win his block. But in this case, give credit to the entire unit. They did their job, and they reward their offense with a touchdown.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense back onto the field for their next possession. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. This drive begins with a run by Hubbard. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. The motion man is Sanders. On 2nd down, Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. Still going.
What the fuck?
And he will go all the way.
No, watch them go for a 2-point conversion.
Touchdown, Panthers.
Or not.
On now, Eddie Pinheiro for the extra point. And this one is blocked.
Sit down.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. On the return, Malik Washington. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Devon Achane ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Achane. And some good running there. That's a first down up to the 43.
And you talk about a guy who's been running with a purpose here in the first half, Mike. I mean, not only hitting the holes and accelerating through them, but as the numbers telling you, he might be on his way to a big, big ball game.
Here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Tua. That's complete. It's Waddle. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achan. And he'll move this ahead for about 4 yards. From his interior spot, that's Derek Brown on the tackle. Now a 3rd and 2. We'll try to run it here with Mostert. And he's out of bounds.
Trying to run the clock too.
Inside the 15-yard line. It's a big play there for Miami. 37 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Achan. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
This one complete to Hill.
Not who I wanted to throw to.
Very nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. Gains nothing. Here's a 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the first half.
Honestly, I'm going to just fucking go for it.
So on 4th down, the Dolphins turn to Jason Sanders for the field goal try. This about as short as you can get. Sanders' kick is good. And the Dolphins will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
So Sanders back out after making the field goal. He sends this one away. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. The Panthers offense and Xavier Legette headed back onto the field. The deficit is 5, so they'll try to put a drive together here. They'll begin it with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, Young. He'll get this into the hands of Thielen. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Throwing is Young. That into the hands of Hubbard. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining here in this first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A 2nd down throw for Young.
There's a lot of ways to get the ball in the hands of your running backs, and it's not always by just handing it to them. In this case, it's a simple check down, picks up a good gain, brings up 3rd down.
From the gun here on nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down. Here's Johnny
That's
Hecker
right.
now. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. On the return, here's Washington. And a nice return there. The offense not going to be backed up as much as they could have. Drive's going to start from beyond the 20. The Dolphins offense and running back Devon Achane set to go to work once more. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Off play action, it's Tua. That's caught by Hill. And he'll be taken
And there's his X Factor.
the 40-yard line. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. And he's going to complete this to Waddle, working across the field. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
PA Cross, one of my favorite players.
play action. It's Tagovailoa. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Tua to throw again. The ball deflected at least a couple of times, but it'll fall to the ground. It's incomplete. After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. To the air again, Tagovailoa. That one brought in by Berrios. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker.
This is a really popular concept on third down. It's good versus man. It's good versus zone. They call it mesh routes or drag routes. They want to create some traffic in the middle of the field and pop the receiver out the backside of the defense. But give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. They rallied to the ball and keeps them short from picking up the first down.
How?
Man, that would have been such a nice boost for this group going into halftime. The snap was good. The hold was good. He just couldn't quite get it through the uprights.
On 1st and 10, here's Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Throwing on second down, Young. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. To throw is Young. He'll take a shot here, back of the end zone. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports Halftime Reports. It was Devon Achane who's had the strong first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. These two teams leave in the tunnel, and we'll head out with them. It's time to send it back over to Mike Tirico and Greg Olsen.
Coach, thanks. This one's still anyone's game. We'll see who can come out with the hot hand in this second half. About to get started. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now an opening past the 30. A good return as he takes it across the 30. Now Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. They'll start on the ground. It's Achane. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's second down. From the gun, here's Tua. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Early in this drive, they're trying to establish some offensive rhythm, but now after that second down sack, really puts them in a must-pass. You don't want to be in third and long very often in the NFL. It's not a very high percentage conversion rate, and with the danger of a 3-and-out, they're going to hold up here in pass protection. Well, they had such a great first half throwing the football. There's no reason to think, Mike, coming out here for the start of the third, that anything's going to change. He's picked up right where he left off, and the numbers are indicative of just how well he's played.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. Tua gonna throw. That's taken in left side by Smith.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a first down. They'll stay on the ground with Achan. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Throwing is Tua. They'll set up the receiver screen with Waddle. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a first down after a gain of 7.
You get Waddle waddling in the end zone.
To throw is Tua. That's to Waddle again. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it's going to be 3rd down.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there, and it's going to be 4th down.
I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
The field goal unit on the sideline. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They snap it to Tua. That's taken in, and he's in. Durham Smythe. Touchdown, Dolphins.
You can just see the comfort, Mike, that this offense continues to play with. The early momentum in the first half has carried here after the break, and you can see this group just slowly starting to pull away.
And I'm thinking, Greg, about the guys on the other side. You're waiting at halftime, that other offense waiting to get back on the field. What happens? They come right out, extend the lead, and now the task gets a lot tougher for this second half. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Jones now on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The Panthers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. The motion man is Sanders. Young to throw on 1st down. Off he goes.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good game.
On 2nd down, Young. Back to the right, caught by Sanders. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. They'll motion over Thielen. From the gun, it's Young. That's to the left side, hauled in by Leggett. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down coming up. Out of the shotgun, Young. That ball is caught on the sideline and both feet in bounds. A big 3rd down pickup for a 1st down. Young hands it to Hubbard. Good running inside the 25. And
What the hell?
Not gonna catch him. He's in. Chuba Hubbard. Touchdown, Carolina. Extra point by Pinheiro is good. And the Panthers have cut the deficit to 5. So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Here comes D. Eskridge on the return. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. Hill brought in motion. Using the jet sweep for the fake, they run it up the middle. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. And the big night continues. That last run gives him yardage to put him over 100 for the game. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Sending a receiver right. Sending it deep for Waddle. And that is called in on the right sideline.
Jalen Waddle. That's right. The Penguin.
Sensational stats in this one, and now that pass gets him over 300 yards on the evening.
Oh my god, look at that toe drag.
Now Dave Canales
Hello.
has reached for the red challenge flag, and they'll get a second
my
look.
lord.
At issue, was he able to stay in bounds? The NFL rules, you're looking for either 2 feet or a body part that is not a hand to be down
Bam.
with possession of the ball. No bobbling, the ball not moving around. He has control, so that's what the referee is looking at here.
After review of the play, ruling on the field stands.
So the challenge
That's
there
right.
unsuccessful, and it will remain a completed pass. Still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. There's that man again, another catch.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes
I'm making
talk about.
Waddle
So
work.
they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
Now it's Tua. He's got it at the 3. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
It's easy to make your quarterback look good when you can just get open as easily as he has in this game so far. I mean, he had the big first half, remember, but here in the second half, he just continues to add to these numbers here in the third quarter.
And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there, making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
Here we go on 4th down with Tua. He's got his big tight end, Jonnu Smith. Touchdown, Miami. The tight end using the middle of the field. I got a tight end next to me who's caught 60 NFL touchdowns, knows how to operate down in those spaces.
And that was my favorite place to operate, Mike. I always had this rule. The closer you got to the middle of the field, the worse they got at defending the pass. So that's where I wanted to work, and that's where this guy was working and leads himself to a touchdown.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Dolphins will extend this third quarter lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Jones now on the return. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. Here's the Carolina offense now as they head out to take over for their next possession. And time again, Greg, the yards on the ground have been very difficult to come by.
Yeah, and it really goes against conventional wisdom, Mike. You hear so often everyone talk about you run the ball to open up the pass, and really that's not necessarily true. Oftentimes when you're having trouble on the ground, the best way to open things up underneath is by passing the ball, and that could be a variety of ways. Throwing it downfield, screen passes, swing passes. Just get the ball into the hands of your playmakers and open things up.
Tremble comes in motion. On first down is Young. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
The motion man is Sanders. On second down, a run with Hubbard. And tough running there. He's up to the 32. The safety, Jordan Poyer, up to make the stop. 3rd and 9. To throw, Young. To the right side and corralled by Felix. And he's going to get awfully close to the first down marker, but appears just to be a few inches short. And he'll get a few yards on this return up past the 15-yard line.
Okay, now we're going to try and get Waddle into the end zone.
Making their way back out. And as we take you through some of the highlights so far, you're going to see a lot of passing yards. He has carved up this defense over 300 yards passing in the game and has been sharp right from the start. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Play action. Tagovailoa. Working across the field. There goes Hill. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Everyone talks about all the physical qualities to play quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and of course that's a given. But it's really the cerebral approach to the game that separates the best from everybody else. And I think both of those things were on display there, as he did not only a great job of finding the vulnerabilities of the back end, but then once
he is in. Jalen Waddle.
There he is.
Touchdown, Dolphins. A terrific play all the way around. Finished off by the receiver, who not only made the grab, but Greg turned it up and takes it into the end zone.
And that's the tricky part, Mike, that transition from receiver to runner. And in this case, he does it flawlessly. Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then get upfield and get yourself in the end zone.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins are able to extend the lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Jones now on the return. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Get this drive started. On the ground, it's Hubbard. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They motion a receiver right. A second down throw for Young. Quick throw, taken in. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. He'll come up to 3rd and 3. The motion man is Sanders. From the gun here on 3rd down. It's Young. That'll be intercepted. Picked off by Javon Holland. And he is going to bring this.
Oh, yeah. Got touchdown by the Penguin. Then we got one by the Snowman.
Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick 6.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins tack on one more to their lead.
I love the Dolphins. They are my favorite NFL team.
Myers is back to boot this one away. This one is fielded in the end zone, but he decides not to bring it out. So they'll take over at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to see what they can do. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Tremble comes in motion. On 1st down, it is Hubbard. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
The motion man is Sanders. Throwing on 2nd down, Young. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
2nd and 7. Here's Young. That one taken in right side by Leggett. And they'll whistle him down, but not before he picks up a 1st down after a gain of 7.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
They go back to Leggett. He's got another one. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
How often do we see linebackers be so fast trying to track down the ball carrier that they end up actually overrunning the play and allowing the running back to cut back? But not this guy. Does a great job staying in phase, stretching this ball out sideways, and he brings them down for a loss.
2nd and 11. On play action, Young. That is caught. And he'll take it on in. Adam Thielen.
That was something.
We were talking during the break, Mike. We felt that this was kind of a do-or-die drive. They felt like they needed to come away with the touchdown here, and now they're showing a little life.
Yeah, a little bit of belief, don't you think? Everyone on that field knows they've been a part of a comeback before. It's a pretty big mountain, but a good way to get started here to begin this half. And this one is blocked.
Another one. Another one.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Washington now to return it. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we've got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Tua going to give it to Achane. And a strong first down run, a pickup of 9, setting up second and short. Here's Achane. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
The offense thinks that they can just kind of plow this one up there in the middle and keep the chains moving, but not on this defense. Not only do they not pick up the first down, but after suffering that loss, now they've got some decisions to make on third down.
On third down, they go with Mostert. And he'll keep the drive moving. He's got the first down up to the 45.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A run up the middle with Achane. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's second down. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. And that one's
Give me that flag. Thank you.
Looked like he might have gotten there early.
Automatic first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Tua.
You know what's going on is I've gotten a touchdown with pretty much everybody except Tyreek.
For this third quarter of play. So back and forth they go as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and a yard. A shotgun snap for Tua. Right back to Hill. He's got it again. And the Dolphins are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points. From the gun, here's Tua. This one caught at the 4. And they'll get this down to the 3, but no further. It'll be 2nd and goal. Tua to throw again. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Miami. And that touchdown probably, Greg, ends any small hopes of a comeback on the other side.
Yeah, and I think those chances, Mike, were small to begin with, but with that last score, I think this one is pretty much over.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins will open it up even further. here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Raheem Blackshear on the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. From the gun, it's Young. That's to the right, caught by Sanders.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Young. Gonna set up the screen here to Hubbard. The screen works for 10 yards and a first down.
You know, it's really been a one-sided game, but how often do we see in the fourth quarter the team that finds themselves down by a lot, they start to come alive? I think it's a combination of trying to end the game on a positive note, but also sometimes that defense getting a little lackadaisical.
Here's the pistol snap to Young. He'll find his tight end, Tommy Tremble. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Out of the shotgun, Young. That's over the middle to his tight end, Sanders. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line.
It's no secret this day has been a rough outing all around. So at this stage of the game, really no choice but to remain aggressive and just try to find something positive on a day where there's been a lot of negative.
Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line.
Put it in press.
To throw is Young. That's 3. Third time.
And that's an interception. You can't. Oh, and he caught me.
And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now
yeah, at this point, might as well just run the clock.
We'll see. Can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
The Dolphins offense and Tyreek Hill heading back on the field. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. 1st and 10. Now H.A. And he'll get about 5. Once again, it's H.A. And he's close to the first down. Gets 4 yards on the gain, but it will bring up 3rd down. Now Miami going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. Here's 3rd down and a few inches. He'll try and run it here. It's H.A. And he didn't need much. I don't think he got there. It's going to depend on the spot. Looks like he is short on that one.
We've seen this back have his way with this defense all game long, Mike. He's up over 100 yards for the game, but this time the defense said, we've had enough. They sold out to stop him. They hold him to no gain. Pretty simple here, Mike. Every team, they have this sheet up in the box. It's their own analytics telling them when to go for it, when not to go for it. And in this spot, their metrics say go for it, sneaks the call, first down.
The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. The speed on display. He's in. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Dolphins.
I can't believe that worked.
He had the touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Greg in the end zone again. I'm running out of different ways to say touchdown. They're doing it so often here today.
Mike, some offensive play callers, once they get
It's about to turn into the Miami-Denver game from a while ago.
But not this coach. He is trying to score every single time they possess the ball.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. They put a receiver in motion to the left. On 1st and 10, here's Young. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Young. There's a short one caught by Sanders. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
I love these awkward jerseys. I think they look better.
A give up the middle, it's Hubbard.
They look great too in a night game. If we could just get the awkward end zones in Madden, that'd be great.
On 2nd down, Young. Whoa. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. Now Young. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head. Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a 1st down.
There's that man again. Another catch.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
On the bootleg, it's Young. And this drive's going to continue. He's taken down, but they are set up with 1st and goal. Young. He's got it at the 3.
Outbreaking routes, Mike, especially outside of the numbers, everything is about the timing. If you're late with the throw, you're going to be watching that defensive back take that thing the other way for 6.
under pressure, and down he goes. They've got
Sack
him
Sealer.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
A nice run there, bringing it down to the 2, and decision time. 4th and goal. They'll go. Young. And he's in. Jonathan Brooks. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work.
How did I still allow that?
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Makes the score Dolphins 59, Panthers 32.
So now, after the touchdown, Pinheiro out to kick it away. Here's Eskridge now to return it. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Dolphins offense and their wide receiver getting ready to get back to work. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. Not much to speak of on that one. Maybe a gain of a yard. It's 2nd down. Here's a give to Achane. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up 3rd down. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. 17 yards on that play. 1st down, Miami.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. A run out of the gun with Achane. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Here's a case of an offense just piling on. You're really imposing your will on the defense. Everyone in the stadium knows you're going to run it. The defense knows it, you know it. And no matter what they do, they have no answers whatsoever. Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll run with Achane. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. To the outside, he's got Waddle. And he's very close to a 1st down, but it doesn't look like he got there. And yes, they're going to mark him a yard short. That one doinks off the left.
Well, damn.
No
You got ourselves a
bounce.
doink.
It's no good. And they are not able to add on to their big lead. The Panthers offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. They'll start it here with a 1st and 10. His tight end Trimble over the middle. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Two minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Second down and 3. Here's Young. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
Well, it wasn't the most exciting throw of the day, but I want you to watch, Mike, is the suddenness of the route runner. Change of speed, change of direction. Those are the qualities of great route runners, and this guy's certainly one of them.
And that is incomplete. Jatavian Sanders was the intended receiver. And it'll bring up second down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
The Dolphins going to use their final timeout here. Talk things over before third down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
So, after 2 straight incompletions, here's 3rd and 10. Now Young. He's got his tight end. That's Sanders. And he'll be out of bounds, but not before he gets inside the 35-yard line. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. To throw is Young. A throw left side caught by Sanders.
Not every pass has to be thrown downfield. You can rely on the run after catch, especially a big body like this tight end. Get the ball in his hands early and let him pick up the rest after the catch.
Throwing on second down, Young. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4. From the gun, it's Young. Quick throw, taken in. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards. Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw, Young. That into the hands of Hubbard.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short game.
Here we go. One final play. Open man, right side. He's got it. And
wow.
he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one.
What
Time
was
has
that?
expired in this fourth quarter. So a win here for the Dolphins. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. And in the end, a few more defensive stops than their opponents did. That is the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL.
Well, thank you all for coming.
Home winners here, as we say,
we'll be streaming again
farewell
tomorrow.
from South Florida.
It's tomorrow's July 3rd, so we'll be playing as the Houston Texans against maybe the Baltimore Ravens or the Washington Commanders. Yeah. Strange name. Anyway, y'all take care.